Hi, I'm Chris, and this is a tour of my Baystate kitchen garden. Today is July 29th, 2016, and wow, take a look at this garlic. The biggest garlic I've ever grown. There's it in my hand, and that's because of compost, kitchen compost, that had been aging for several years. Excellent onions this year as well. These are all drying in the garage, stored up high, good airflow, so that they'll last a long time. We've had quite a heat wave, and I've been harvesting potatoes, and it's been a real problem where to store them because we don't have a basement in the house. So here's the solution I came up with. I dug some holes, put some buckets in them, and it's a lot cooler down there. I don't know if you can see. It's a good place to store potatoes. Hope that's going to work out. We will see over time. Lilies by the gate. Grew those from those little side bits here. Let's see if we can see some along the stems, little side shoots. Those are actual asexual reproduction, those little side shoots. Now you can see them. Little bulblets, they're called. You just plant those and you grow a lily. Moving on into the garden, it's been tough to do photos because it's been so hot and sunny that it's hard to get a picture without so much contrast you can't see things. But let's go take a look at the zucchini. Wow, that is one big plant. Covered with, this is my bird netting to keep the woodchucks out. Peppers over here. Got a nice big bok choy there I'll be harvesting soon. Just picked a ton of zucchini. There's some little ones in there coming. I'm trying to pick them small. Tomatoes are coming. Got some zinnias I grew from seed. Basil. Here's some of my wax peppers. The pickling ones. They're awesome for pickling. The basil's looking a little bit yellow, so I did just give it a shot of fertilizer. That the soil it's in, because it's been hot, we've had rain, it may be low on fertilizer, so I'm going to pump it up with a little nitrogen for leaf production. Heading over to the main garden. There's the rhubarb bed. This rhubarb is still doing fine. I did a harvest recently. You have to keep it watered in this hot weather. We've had lots and lots of hot days in the 90s. Quite a drought in other parts of Massachusetts. Because we're coastal, we've had more storms. Lettuce that got eaten up by woodchucks is resprouting. Over here, more tomatoes. I've actually picked a bunch because I do get some critters grabbing them when they're red. So I'm picking as soon as I see a little bit of pink, I'm bringing them inside to ripen so I don't lose them to somebody else. This bed had onions, and now it has squash, butternut squash, spreading all over it. I will be spraying later today some of the tomatoes, mostly the heirlooms, that do tend to get fungal problems. Look at this one. That one may be done. I may pull it. I'm going to be spraying with copper, which changes the pH and can stop some of those blights. I planted 4 sequential plantings of beans. These are some bush beans getting flowers. Going to start getting some beans on them very soon. Just saw a hummingbird. I wish I could have gotten him. These are my pole beans. 4 different kinds. Scarlet runner beans, the red flowers. I've also got wax beans with the yellow beans. I've got a green bean, and I've also got a purple bean, all growing together in here. And those scarlet runner beans definitely do attract the hummingbirds. More zucchini over here. Some pretty good looking tomatoes. Some self-sown sunflowers. In here are the beans I'm currently picking. It had a little fungal problem. It might have just been sun scald. I wasn't sure. But it hasn't progressed, and the beans are great. Take a look. Lots of beans in there. I'll be picking those today. Do like my wax beans. Tomatoes coming along all through here. Morning glories. More squash. This is where some of the heirlooms are. And these don't have much sign of blight yet, so I'm going to get that copper on them to protect them. Nice big sunflower. There's a zucchini or two in here. Let's see. Yeah, there's one. You can see it in the glare. I've been giving zucchini away at work. People are still happy to take it. They're not sick of it yet. that may come. Raspberries are going to be amazing. Look at the set on these. And unlike the blueberries, I really don't have to fight too much with the birds on the raspberries. They just have so many other things to eat this time of year. It's not much of a battle. More butternut squash. Check that one out. This had the garlic in it, this bed, and now it's squash. Those early alliums, it's great to put in squash to fill out the space afterwards. 4 o'clock's in bloom. More tomatoes. Here's a few self-seeded asparagus that I'm going to actually transplant into spots in this larger asparagus bed, which has some open spots. And here's my final planting of beans, some pole beans over here in the corner. And those will be my September producing ones, I hope. Back over. I've got tomatoes kind of stuck in every corner this year. Asparagus, the blueberries are done. I'm going to be cutting those back. See how they're really tall, hard to reach if you're getting fruit. So periodically you need to cut back the larger, older branches so that the fruit will be in reach. I still have potatoes here. So I've dug about 1 row. There are actually 3 more rows of potatoes in this bed that I need to be digging in the next day or two. And critters do sneak in and steal 1 or 2. I see one over here on the ground. So I'm going to have to get those going and find a cool place to store them all. Pretty happy though. It's about beans, potatoes, and we've got lots of things already in storage, onions and garlic. It's really the peak of production. I'm looking forward to eating tomatoes every day. And that's a tour of my Baystate kitchen garden. And today is July 29th, 2016.